Hiya everyone, well done. You've made it to day 5 of the Kickstart Your Pilates challenge. In this class, we're just going to incorporate loads of the different moves that we've learned throughout the 4 days, and you can just test your strength and test your skills and just have fun while you're doing it. Lovely. So, we're going to start on our bums. We've got our legs lengthening forward. Ankles, knees, and hips are aligned. Okay, get right on top of those sitting bones, so the bones in the bottom of your pelvis that you feel when you're sitting. Bring the arms around the backs of the thighs, roll the shoulders back and down. Begin to lengthen out, up and out of the pelvis all the way through the crown of the head. Close the eyes and just find that lovely Pilates breath. Okay, so we're inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Well, when you inhale, I want you to think about the ribs expanding sideways towards the elbows. And I just want you to find more length in the spine with each and every breath. Lovely. Keep going, inhaling and exhaling. Lovely. From here, you're going to take your hands out in front. Option to keep the hands around the backs of the legs. And we're going to go for those half roll downs. Okay, so we lengthen out of the pelvis. Inhale. Exhale, tuck the tailbone between the legs, deepen the abdominals, and begin to roll the pelvis back towards the mat. And then inhale. So to begin with, we're just keeping the shoulders over the hips, just to find a bit of movement in the back of the spine. Okay, in fact, I'm going to keep my hands on my legs for now, just so I can begin to find a bit more space in the low spine. Just warming up before I'm going to take my hands away. Lovely. Last one. Rounding. And then returning. Now I'm going to take the hands away. And I'm just going to begin to lower back down towards the mat. Okay, so we're trying to imprint the back of the pelvis onto the mat. And then we're lifting and lengthening up. Lovely. Curling and rounding. Hip bones pull up towards the ribs. And then we're coming up. When you get there, I want you to lengthen the legs forward, so stretch them forward. Remember, it's okay to have a slight bend in the knee. And from here, you're just going to roll down and forward, stretching forward, pulling the navel back, pushing through the heels, pulling the toes back, length through the spine. Inhale. And then rebuild the spine again. Okay, we'll do one more of these stretches. We found this in yesterday's class, so we're rolling down, rounding through the spine. Okay, remember we're thinking of that sense of opposition. So heels push forward, toes pull back, navel pulls in. And then we're lifting again. Okay, from here, I want you to curl the tailbone under and begin to roll halfway back down to the mat. Now, a common mistake that I see here is a kind of, and then you're going to come back up, is a hinging at the hips. So I want you to really curl the tailbone under, get the back of the pelvis on the mat as you roll down. Okay, and then you're going to come up and find that stretch forward. Okay, then we restack up to center, deepen the abdominals and roll down. Lovely job. Keep going with these, stretching forward, reaching that little bit further every time. Rebuilding, curling and rounding. Lovely. Last one. Reaching, sitting up, pulling the pubic bone up towards the belly button, closing the space between the ribs and the hips. And now you're going to roll all the way down to the mat. Lovely. Just going to scoot forward a little bit. From here, you're going to bend the knees, bring the feet flat on the floor. Arms are going to come down by the side. Palms are facing down. Find yourself nice and heavy in the mat. Lengthen the spine along the mat. Align the legs, okay? Knees in line with the hips. When you're ready, we're just going to go for alternating toe taps. So we're just going to lift the right knee over the hip and then bring it down. And then we're going to go for the left. Okay, so we're thinking here about keeping the spine in a lovely long line. As we lift, we're thinking about using that pulling in of the lower abdominals to keep the pelvis lovely and still. Okay. If you feel any pain in your lower back here, I want you to just press the lower back into the mat. Okay. Stay with these alternating lifts or join me in coming up for tabletop toe taps. Okay, so we bring both legs up to tabletop. And then we alternate, we drop, lift and alternate. Again, if you're feeling any pain in the lower back here, just stick with the alternating knee lifts. Or you've always got the option just to do single leg lifts and then do 3 reps and swap onto the other leg. Okay, so wherever you are, we're just building that strength, really hollowing through the abdominals. Lovely. Last 2. And then you're just going to really quickly hug the knees into the chest just to open up from the back. Bring the forehead to the knees. Lovely. From here, we're going to plant our feet. We're going to take our hands around the backs of the head for our ab prep. Elbows are just in the peripheral vision. Get the tailbone nice and long in the mat. Hug the ribs in. Inhale. Exhale, just lift the chest. Hugging the ribs in. Squeezing down towards the mat. Okay, really thinking about pulling the sternum down. Ooh, my voice is already shaking, towards the hip bone. Last couple here. Okay, so we're really thinking about lifting the shoulders up and away from the mat as we press the tailbone down. Okay, lovely job. Last one. And then we're going to come all the way down to the mat. Bring the hands down by the sides for now. Just turn the head from side to side just to loosen between the neck, just to loosen across the neck. Relax the jaw. Lovely. Then from here, you're going to lift right leg up into tabletop. Left leg comes up to meet it. And you're going to reach forward through the fingertips and come up into ab prep. Okay, both hands are going to come onto the front of the left knee. Option to take one foot to the floor here for our single leg stretch. Okay, so we stretch one leg forward and then we switch. Okay, switch. Now I want you to keep your toes kind of in the same plane here. So I see a lot of people lengthening it along the mat. You want to keep the legs nice and high, and we're switching. Lovely. Switch. Hollow abdominals. Really drive the knee into the hands. Think about that stretched leg being pulled away. Lift the hips up even more. For 3, well done. For 2, keep going. For 1, you're going to bring the knees together. Option to reset ab prep if needed. Arms come down by the sides. We're going to squeeze the knees together. Bring the arms overhead and circle to the side. Over and swoop to the side. Well done. Keep the shoulders off the mat and to the side. Tailbone down. Up and to the side. Squeeze the legs. Keep breathing here. Don't hold your breath. We're going up and to the side. Last one. Up and to the side. Hold it there. Lift a little bit higher. Can you get just that little bit higher? And then release all the way down. Well done. Hug the knees in towards your chest. I know that was challenging, but just think about it when you've got rock hard abs. Hug the knees in towards the chest. Give them a bit of a move around. You can separate them. You can circle them in the knees and the hip joint. Whatever feels nice for your back today. Lovely job. Okay, from here we're going to roll onto our side. We're going to find that side lying kick, what we've already found. Okay, so align the torso. We want hips stacked. Remember, we want to find that underside lift. So I should be able to come along and post a letter underneath your underside. So we're lifting up, lifting away, lengthening the top hip. Toes are where you can see them. Okay, bring the top arm in front of you for a bit of support on cupcake hands. So visualize a little cupcake underneath your hand, so on the fingertips. Hug the ribs in, and when you're ready, you're going to lift the leg up to hip height and go for that kick. So toe points forward as the leg travels forwards. Toes point backwards as the leg goes backwards, and we kick. So remember, we're thinking here about our leg going across that imaginary tabletop. Okay, so we're keeping it in the same plane, and we're trying to get the leg as far backwards and forwards as possible without compromising the stillness of the pelvis. Okay, so I don't want you rolling forward and rolling backwards. We're being really strict across the waist, keeping that hip bone looking forward. Well done. Use the bottom leg to ground here. Sandwich the spine. Don't forget that lift. I should be able to come and roll a marble underneath your side. Lovely. Last little bit, and when the leg's extended backwards, you're going to hold it there. We're going to do little lifts and lowers. So we lower and then we'll lift. Well done. Lower and lift. Good job. Lower and lift. Abdominals in. Lower and lift. Long spine. Lower and lift. Relax the neck. Hold it there. Little pulses for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it there and lengthen, and then release. Really good. Bring that, it doesn't look like much, but it actually is. Bring the leg in front of you. Bend the knee and just allow that leg just to stretch, stretch, stretch. There you go. Okay, from here, you're going to push yourself up onto your side. We're going to go, again, I hope my hair's all right. We're going to go in for spine twist, okay? You've got the option here to have your legs in butterfly. So either butterfly is soles of the feet together, knees apart. Or if you want, you can come into a straddle position. Again, if you need to pause the video and grab yourself a folded up towel, a blanket or pillow to pop underneath your bum, then please do so. Either way, join me here. Really strong legs. Find that strong foundation. Lift up and out from the pelvis. Today we're going to have our hands stretched all the way to the side, shoulders away from the ears, and we twist, twist, and center. Well done. Twist, twist, and center. Twist, twist, and center. Lift out the pelvis. Think about reaching through the fingertips here. Think about drawing the shoulder blades down the back, and we're moving right from the middle of the back. Legs stay strong here. Keep going. Twist that little bit further each time. Arms reach out. Last couple. Twist, twist, and center. And twist, twist, and center. Well done. Release forward. Well done. Restack the spine. And you're going to go onto your other side for the side lying kick. Okay. So find that lovely long side. That long lying side. Okay, remember, hips are stacked, feet where you can see them. Lovely work. Okay, find that lift in your underside. Okay, sandwich your spine. Choose the position of your arm. So I'm going to have mine in front for a little bit more support. Then you're going to ground through your lower leg, kick the leg forward, and then bring it back. Again, thinking about that tabletop and bringing it back. So I'm maintaining the height of the leg, but we're not allowing it to go like all over the place. Okay, we're just keeping it nice and in line with the hip. Trying to find more room each time. Keeping the ribs and the hips really connected here. Okay, so we're not spilling open when we come back. We're also not collapsing in this underside. Okay, we're keeping this lovely lift, and we're keeping that lovely length in the top of the hip. Really good. Keep going. Lovely job. Keep moving. You might find this is getting hard on the leg now. It definitely is for me. And then on your next swoop back of the leg, you're going to hold it there, and we're going to do little lifts and lowers. So we'll lift and lower. Okay, lift and lower. Really push back with the glute and lower. Lift and lower. Keep that lift in the underside. Lifting and lowering. Lifting once more. Lift and hold it there. Little pulses for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, ouch, 3, 2, 1. That was 11. Sorry. Reach and lengthen. And then release. Very good job. Very good job. Okay, from here, you're just going to bring that knee in front. Allow the leg just to settle. You can give yourself a little bash on the side of the hip just to loosen it up a bit. We're nearly there though, so well done. Okay, we're going to come into our back extensions. All right, so roll onto your front. I'm going to turn around. You've got the light on us. Whew. Roll onto your front. Okay, from here, find that back extension position. So remember, I want forehead into the mat, legs are lengthening down and away along the mat. Okay, we want the shoulders right underneath the hands here, and we're going to roll the shoulders back and down. Let's start with the extension. So we're going to inhale, lengthen forward through the spine and lift. And then come back down. Well done. So remember, we're lifting up and then coming down. But we're thinking about that extension coming right from the low spine. Feeling the tension right in the middle of the back. And then center. Well done. Lifting. And then center. Well done. Last one. And then come down. Now we're going to do our cobras. Okay, so remember, hands underneath the shoulders, elbows reaching back wide across the collarbone. Lift into that extension, then press gently through the hands as you shine the heart forward and bend the spine. And come back down. Well done. Come up. Keeping those abdominals pulling up and in to protect the spine. Really good. Last mini cobra. and then back down. Now we're going to see if we can move on into full cobra. So stay with mini cobra if that's where your body feels comfortable today. Or you're going to see if you can come all the way up into full cobra. Okay, so we press strongly through the hands. We use the triceps, shine the heart forward, wide across the collarbone, and we'll bend, bend, bend. Back of the neck's long, and then come down. We'll just do one more cobra here. So we'll lift up, all the way up, bend, 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 bend. Pulling up through the pubic bone, and then back down. Okay, here's a challenge. I want you to stay with your mini cobras, or we're going to test the strength of our back extensions by lifting our arms away as we come up into back extension. So, hands underneath the shoulders as they have been for mini cobras. Remember, tuck the shoulders in the back pocket, squeeze the elbows in, press the forehead into the mat. From here, you're going to lift up into your back extension, but you're going to allow your hands to lift away from the mat. And then come back down. Okay, you don't have to do this. Okay, you can just be in your mini cobras. And if you want to try and test the strength of your back extension, you're just going to allow the hands to lift away and come with you. So your back's lifting the weight of your arms. Shoulder blades draw south, corner of the head draws north. Lovely, keep the elbows reaching back. Last one here. Lift, hold it here, pull the lower abdominals in, lift a bit higher, and then release all the way back down to the mat. Very well done. Okay, from here, push back into child's pose. We know what we're doing now with this. Hips go back towards the heels. Knees are separate. Hands stretch forward. Stretch, stretch, stretch. In fact, we'll take our knees together and just explore how that feels. Okay, so bring the knees together. Okay, and just sit the hips back. Okay, and just really press through the hands. Pull the armpits in and down and get the tailbone down, all right? Use the strength of your abdominals to tuck the tailbone. Push through the hands and find more length. More length, length. Lovely. Big breath here. And then from here, we're going to come forward into all fours. And we're going to come into a little hold. Okay? So, hands are underneath the shoulders. Knees are underneath the hips. All right? The other day we did pedals when we lifted opposite hand, opposite knee. This time we're going to see if we can slide the right arm in front. Then let's see if we can slide the left leg back. Okay, this might be enough for you to stay and hold here. Or see if you can lift them away. Okay, lift and lengthen. Yeah, hold, more length, and then come back. We're going to do that on the other side. So remember, you can just stay with the hover if you want, or you're going to slide the left arm forward, right leg comes back. Okay, this may be enough for you. Or if you want to progress, you're going to see if you can lift and lengthen and push the mat away. Lift the abdominals in. Find more length throughout the whole body, through the spine, through the arm and the legs. And then come back down. Really good job. Okay, from here we're going to come on to our sides. We're going to revisit the side plank. It'll give you a minute to catch your breath. Okay, so we're going to come down onto our elbow this time. Again, getting elbow right underneath the shoulder. Thumb points up towards the ceiling to keep that shoulder nice and aligned. Okay, imagine that we're lying up against that wall. Stack the body just like we do when we're lying on our sides. Pick your knee position so the knees are either kind of just in front of the line of the hip, or you go halfway house, or you go both legs out. But either way, top side arm comes on top of the leg. We're going to push through the elbow and lift the hips coming up into our side plank. Hold here, or see if you can do little pulses up with the hips. Okay, so we pick them up for 3, for 2, for 1. Hold it there. Hold. And then release. Well done. Bring the arm up and over. Stretching over. Really open at the ribs and the hips. Swing the legs round. We'll do all that on the other side. So nice smooth transitions for Pilates. And then we're going to come back down again. So remember, elbows underneath the shoulder. Align the body. Choose your leg position wherever that may be. Sandwich the spine. Armpit pulls down towards the hip. Okay, when you're ready, you're going to lift up into your plank. Lovely. Pick the hips up. And stay here and hold. And we're going to go for little pulses for 3, for 2, for 1. Hold it there. And then release. Very good. Come up, stretch the arm up and over, all the way up and over. Really good. Then you're going to turn your feet towards the front of your mat. Stretch your legs forward, arms come out. Slowly and with control, roll yourself all the way down to your mat. Remember, you can always use your arms here if you need to. Settle down into the mat. Whew. And we're going to revisit our rolling bridge, and then we're going to add a little bit of a strength aspect to it as well. So arms come down by the side, feet come in towards the glutes, okay? Remember the alignment of the legs here. Are your knees in line with your hips? Align the heels with the hip joints, okay? Shoulders are heavy in the mat, wide across the chest. When you're ready, you're going to start rolling up into your bridges. So you inhale, find length between the tailbone and the crown of the head. And as you exhale, keeping that sense of length, you're going to tuck the tailbone, press the lower back into the mat, lift the hips and roll up, up, up through the spine, standing into the feet, pushing up, keeping that tailbone tucked all the way up, inhaling at the top, and then you're going to roll back down. Remember, thinking of the spine like that pearl necklace, and just pearl by pearl, we use the strength of the abdominals to press each and every bit of the spine into the mat. Lovely. We'll come up again. Okay, all the way up, and this time we're going to hold. Okay, lifting, lifting, lifting. Don't worry if you've got your hamstrings are screaming here, the backs of your thighs. That's totally normal. We're going to go for those heel lifts, or we're going to see if we can lift the right knee over the hip. Okay, and then bring it down, keeping the hips level, as if you've got a spirit level on your hips. You're going to see if you can lift the left knee and then come down. Okay, we're going to add a little bit more here. See if you can just do a couple more of these lifts. Remember, you can always just be lifting your heels here. It's all about keeping the height of the hips. So if I put a spirit level on your hips, they would be staying lovely and level. Squeeze the glutes to keep them up. Press through the arms and the triceps. Relax the front of the neck. Last couple here. Up, keep the tailbone tucked, and down. Lengthen the spine. Melt all the way back down into the mat. Really good. From here, you're just going to hug your right knee in towards your chest. Enjoy that lovely stretch. Find the tailbone heavy in the mat. And then from here, you're just going to straighten your leg up. Okay, so your leg might be, your hands may be around the back of your thigh, or you may get your calf, and I just want you to flex your heel. Okay, and we're just going to bend the leg, and then we're going to straighten. So we're just stretching out those hamstrings. Bend the leg, and then straighten. Lovely. Once more, bend, and then straighten. Lovely. Other side. So we bring the right leg down, the right knee, the left knee comes up, hug the knee in. Nice and squeeze, and nice and squeeze, nice and tight. Yeah, get the tailbone heavy. And then you're going to straighten the leg, bring your hands around the backs of the thigh or the calf, wherever it is for you. Flex the heel. Okay, the leg is bent, and then we push through the heel, straighten and stretch. And then come back. Okay, so make sure you keep the hip down on the mat. Lovely. So we're lifting and stretching. And then come back. Last one, all the way up. Pull the leg back to you. Find that lovely stretch. And then come back. From here, hug the knees to the chest. Rock yourself up to a seated position. And you're going to turn to face me. And we're just going to bring our legs into this straddle position. Okay? So legs are out to the side, nice and bent. You're going to sit lovely and tall. Inhale. And as you exhale, you're just going to find that roll forward through the spine and just walk the hands forward. Lift out of the pelvis. And just stretch forward. Stretching and breathing. Relaxing through the backs of the legs with each exhale. Trying to find a bit more of a stretch with each breath in. From here, lift up through the spine. Bring the soles of the feet together. Bring the hands around the front of the shins. Okay, now we're just going to feel a sense of lengthening and lifting out of the pelvis, just like we did at the start. Let's find our lovely Pilates breath. Inhaling. Exhale. Breathing in. Breathing out. Lovely. Well done, well done, well done. You made it to the end of the challenge. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Well done for making it this far.